Everyone says don't transplant beetroot, and honestly, if you do it wrong, you'll end up with tiny, deformed roots. But here's the thing, if you do it correctly, you actually get better spacing and bigger harvests. Issue is, most people get it completely wrong. So today, let me show you how to sow beetroot like a pro. Most people's beetroot fails before it even gets going. They either sow it too early in cold soil, or they damage the taproot, which long term affects the growth of your beetroot. And once the taproot is damaged, there's really no getting back from that. Here's how to do it properly. We've created small holes around 2 centimeters deep, and now we have our seeds. Interestingly enough, each seed, what you get in a packet, is actually multiple seeds clustered and stuck together. So when you plant one seed, you might get multiple beetroot out of the same seed. So definitely something to consider when planting. This is the stage where most people ruin it, transplanting. You need to lift the entire plug. Let me demonstrate with this basil. So what I'm doing is I lift up the whole thing. So I'm not damaging the root and I'm taking up the soil as well. Now here's something only the pros do, intercropping. Whilst your beetroot is growing underneath the soil, other things can be growing around it and on top of the soil. And that's what we need intercropping for. If you don't intercrop, it's wasted space. So use it. My top recommendations for intercropping with beetroot are lettuce, radish, and basically anything with shallow roots. If you're not intercropping your beetroot, you're basically leaving free food on the table. Once they're established, we've got to make sure we thin out those beetroot. The smaller gap between the beetroot, generally the smaller beetroot you will get. So it's important that we thin them out. You can leave some beetroot in clusters. However, if you leave too many in a cluster, you'll just get lots of small ones. So generally I leave around sort of 3 within a cluster. That way I'm getting medium-sized beetroot. If you just have one beetroot taking up around sort of 8 centimeters of space to 10 centimeters of space, you'll generally get quite a large beetroot. Why the space? Well, the beetroot root itself needs to swell, and that's what the beetroot is. Also, beetroots can be harvested for their leaves, and this can be a tasty addition to any salad. Now, one mistake that ruins beetroot completely is bolting. If the beetroot starts to flower, that's it. It's game over. There's no more beetroot from there. The root stops developing, and that is it. This usually happens from too much plant stress. So cold early on, and then a sudden warm spell. To avoid it, don't sow too early. Water consistently, and I'll definitely say it's worthwhile buying a bolt-resistant variety. Bolt-resistant varieties are bred to withstand temperature swings, and it can make a huge difference to harvests. Final tip, don't leave them in the ground too long. Now, you always think maybe the bigger the better. Personally, I've seen and tasted large beetroots that don't taste so good. Now, my favourite size to harvest is sort of around a golf ball to a tennis ball size. And that's why I tend to cluster mine close together. That's where I get more consistent size and a consistent flavour. Do this properly and you'll get better beetroot and you'll get more out of your space. And if you want to sow vegetables the correct way, check out this next video up here. And if you like this video, subscribe by hitting this one up here. And thank you for watching.